Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a great start to your day. I was rushing around this morning. When am I not rushing around in the morning before a video? It always, no matter how prepared I am, I still rush at the last moment. But I have a great card for you today. And I hope you'll join us over on our Casing Tuesday Facebook group. Our group, if you don't know, we take cards out of a current Stampin' Up! Catalog and we give them a makeover. And each week it's a specific card, and we have a group of bloggers, and that group we get together and we select different cards for a different card for each week. So today's card was not my selection, but it's kind of a fun card, particularly because it's great for using up paper scraps. And so it's kind of neat. We always have little paper scraps left over. And so those little tiny scraps, they don't make for a great background layer. We can use them. I sometimes use them on the edge of the inside panel of my greeting for the inside. But if you have a bunch of them, it's a great way to use up paper scraps. So you are welcome, and I invite you to join our Facebook group. The link is down below if you're not already a member. And let me show you what today's card is. And we post our cards over on that Facebook group, and you can too, or you can go over there and lurk and see what cards we post. So, because we all have the same starting point. So let's have a look at today's card. Here it is. I love this stamp set too because it has a dog on it, and I'm a big animal lover. And look, the woman is reading a book, which, I don't, currently I don't read books, but I listen to books because I find when I read, I fall asleep, but I'm often moving, so I like to listen to audiobooks. So I love books. So that's a very cute sample. But look in particular at the strips of paper in the background. They're all different colors. We've got some cardstock and some designer series paper strips. And so it's a great little way to use up those strips. And here is our sketch. So you can kind of use that sketch as a guide. It has the measurements for you, but you don't have to be precise with the measurements. I don't follow the measurements usually exactly, except maybe for the card base, and then I just kind of figure out the other measurements as I go. All right, let's pop over to my other camera and let's have a look at the card for today. Look at these cute little monkeys. It says, "I'll always be here for you." And this paper is called Artfully Composed. And I used some of our new Stampin' Blends. We have a new collection of Stampin' Blends which are particularly good for skin tones. We've got a whole range of colors, and then if you blend them together you can make even more colors. So I'm really loving those, but I thought they would look great for the monkeys as well. And I used 2 different color combos for that. So I'll show you how I did that in a second. And my little strips here, they were 5/8 of an inch wide, and I've got 3 strips that are 4 1/4 inch long, and 3 that are 4 3/4 inches long. So I just kind of varied those, and I'll show you in a minute how I did that. And then I took another scrap piece of paper, and I just I adhered it to the flap of an envelope, and then when you flip to the opposite side, the designer series paper kind of sticks out, and so you can just kind of trim around the flap, and then you have a nice piece of paper for the back of your envelope. I'm sure some of you have already done that, but this is just another way to use up some of your paper, and it's nice because then you can make a matching envelope for your card. I love doing that. It's one of the great things about making your own cards. And here's the stamps that I used. It's called Catch You Later. It's got some great little images. Look at this little kitty down here with the fish. So sweet, right? And the two little, I don't know if these are quails or, but they're just really cute. Very, very sweet. And really cute little greetings as well. And then I use the stitched rectangle dies, or you could use just a plain rectangle cut out of cardstock. All right, so let's start off with our focal point layer. And so earlier I cut a rectangle. You can see the little stitching around the edge. This is the 5th largest rectangle of the stitched rectangles dies. And I've got some tuxedo black ink here. I've got the little monkeys. They're on a D block. And I might just need a little scrap piece of paper because I might come off the edge just a little bit. So let me just protect my work surface here. And I'm just going to come in and just ink this up. I kind of tap on here and I twist just a little bit because this is a linen ink pad. I don't know if you can see the grain on there, but with the linen sometimes it helps if you kind of just twist it a little bit on there. That's not a good thing for our foam ink pads, but for our linen ones, or for the linen one, I think we only have one linen one right now. So I want to make sure this vine right here comes across, and I want to make sure that most of the monkey is on there. So I'm just kind of aiming right across there. And I don't put my stickers on my stamps. I got used to not putting them on there. And so the one thing that I did do with this is I trimmed around the rubber. These are die cut, so you can just pop them out of the rubber sheet when you get them. But I trimmed around here a little bit so I could see where the edges are. The stickers are nice, but they take a little extra step, and I just prefer to just put them right on the block. And I just keep my sticker sheet, I keep it tucked here right in my stamp case like that. So I find like I can just do it without, and this is only a thing with our rubber stamps because our photopolymer, they don't need stickers because you can see right through them. And then I've got the other greeting, I'll always be here for you. I'm just going to tap this on here, and I'm going to put this right out here. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And one thing, when I've been using the Stampin' Blends lately, I've noticed that sometimes if I work with this right away, I get maybe a tad bit of bleeding with the ink. So what I like to do is if you have a heat tool, you can let it dry for a little bit. But if you just set your ink with a heat tool, make sure you don't burn your fingers. All right, I think that helps a little bit with the bleeding. So let's grab the Stampin' Blends, and I've got my Granny Apple Green Dark. I'm going to use the bullet tip, and the vine is going to be green. So I'm just going to follow the vine along and then just hit the leaves really easily with that tip. All right, and then I've got 2 sets of Stampin' Blends. Now, it's going to take me a while to learn all the names of these Stampin' Blends. Let me see if I can, look them up this morning. I'm using the medium light combo pack and the medium deep combo. And so I will just use them. You can look up the colors here. So let's start off. We're going to be using this one with this one and this one with this one. Okay, so I'll just use the bullet tip, and I'm going to do the face a little lighter than the fur. And the reason I'm doing that is just so you can see the eyes, the face a little better. And then I'll just come in and color. And then, so both of these monkeys are in just a slightly different set of colors. All right, isn't that cute? I'm gonna use the bullet tip on here, and I left the center of the ears free, and I'll just avoid the eyes so that you can have a little bit of white on the eye. Okay, and that's the first little guy. So cute. Then I'll do the same with this other monkey. And there's 10 new Stampin' blends, and they're all different neutral tans, browns, just very great for getting different skin tone colors. We were really lacking that in our collection, and it's so nice to be able to do different colors of skin tones. And it's great for things other than skin tones. As you can see today, you can use them for animals. So it's really nice to have some more of these colors. Okay, and then we'll come in with the lighter shade. And just avoid the eyes again. All right, I didn't do really any shading on here. You could, but, oh, just hold on, I think I missed the center of the ears here. There we go. You could do some shading if you wanted to, but that is just very simply how I did the monkeys. All right, so then we need a card base, and then I use soft sea foam, and this is just 11 inches by 4 1/4 and scored in half at the 5 1/2 inch mark. And let's grab a bone folder. Let's make this flat. All right. And then I've got some different strips of designer series paper. So here's a little trick with a designer series paper. I love this beautiful pattern on the back side, but I'm going to show you something when you're designing paper. Okay, so I've taken all the patterns and the neutrals are on the back, but I just want to show you that when you layer a lot of these really busy patterns and then you put this on here, sometimes, I just want to show you the difference. When there's a lot of pattern in the background, it can it's hard to find the focal point then, because there's just too much going on in the background, so your eye gets kind of confused. So if you really want to have focus in on your focal point, I like to use the neutral sides of the paper. So just Stampin' Up! Usually has done their paper now with neutrals on one side and kind of a busier pattern on the other side. So I'm just arranging these strips. I'm going to arrange them the same way as before because I really liked my arrangement. And okay, so I've kind of got them arranged out here. And so we'll take this first strip and just put some Tombow right down the middle. And I'm going to come in, I'm about 1/2 inch away from the edge. And I'll do the 2 outer strips first, because when I do that, then I find I can fill in just a little bit better. All right, and then just kind of come along and just fill in those strips. It's a good idea when you're doing this to take a moment to arrange your strips first to see where you want to put them all before you actually glue them down, so that you just have a moment just to kind of arrange them. Because if you don't do that, then afterwards you might not like your arrangement. So here we go. Okay. All right, so we've just got kind of some random strips. I know that's really hard to do, isn't it? To sometimes just do a bunch of random strips in the background because it's hard to put them down crooked. But it does make for a very sweet background. So then I'm just gonna take some Tombow. Oh, and I'm really happy. I don't think I had any bleeding at all from the black ink. So I think heat setting really does work. And I'm just gonna try and center this right on my piece. Doesn't it already look really cute? Okay, and then I've got a little bow. I tied this with some pale papaya ribbon. I thought that looked nice with the colors of the paper. And I like to use Tear and Tape on my ribbon. I found the mini glue dots, if I just use one mini glue dot, it doesn't hold that well. So if I use a little bit of Tear and Tape, there's a bit more surface area for the bow to stick down. All right. And I'll just add this bow right out here. Okay. And then, I mean, if you needed to, you could add more adhesive if you wanted to put these little ties down a little bit. I don't really mind it sticking up a bit. I think this side's a little long though. I'm gonna trim that just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna use some Genial Gems, which, here we go. They were just put away. That's why I couldn't find them. Sometimes we put away things a little bit too well and then we can't find them. So I'll just use a few of these scattered on the piece. Come on. I find 3 usually works well. Sometimes people put more on there, but I just like, I like to kind of accent the greeting a little bit. So I like to kind of scatter them around the greeting just a little bit. And that's all there is to my card. This is not a hard layout. Just find some paper. It works really well if you have a just a paper pack of the Stampin' Up paper, because it all coordinates. The packs all have coordinating colors, so it makes it really easy to find your coordinating strips. And you can see down here at the bottom of my pack, I have some scraps. So I just cut off pieces off these scraps, and I did actually have some skinny scraps already. So it's just nice. You can use up some of those little different pieces of paper. And if you stick to one designer series paper series, you can find that it's really easy to build your little scraps around that. So I hope you like that card. Let me come back over to you guys. Here I am. So please, I hope you will join our Casing Tuesday group. And if you need any of the supplies I talked about today, there is a supply list down below in the video. And I also have a supply list on my blog. And if you click over to my blog, there's also still photos of my card. There's information about our Casing Tuesday group, all the information. My blog is kind of my central for all my information. So if you ever want further information about any of my videos, please click over to my blog. Everything will be located right there for you. I do have a host code this month if you want to order from me, and there is specials for ordering right now. If you spend $50 with Stampin' Up, you can get a free celebration reward. Stampin' Up rewards you right now for every $50 or $100 you spend. I will also reward you if you spend $50 with me. I have some gems that I will be sending out in March if you order from me. It needs to be at least $50. And please use the host code, because I use that host code to get the gifts for everyone. But if you spend at least $15 with me, you can get one of my tutorials. And this is my Hershey's Bee. This is my tutorial of the month. I have over 80 tutorials for you to choose from. You don't have to choose this one, but it's got little Hershey's Kisses in the back. And so this is my new little tutorial, and he's so super sweet. My team name for my team is called the Bee Stampers, so this is a really special one for me. So even if you place a small order with me, you can get this at least one tutorial for free. Is there anything else going on that I need to tell you about? Yes, those new Stampin' Blends, they are completely new and they are orderable right now. I have some of them in my supply list. If you need help locating the other ones, just let me know. All right, I'm just going to say a quick hello to everyone who joined me this morning. Good morning, Ellie and Dee and Janine and Karen. Karen says, great card, but way out of my comfort zone. May have to try it. I think that is a great idea, Karen. I think it's good to get out of your comfort zone. This is not my comfort zone either. I do not tend to do crooked layers in the background, but it's kind of cute. I really feel like it turned out really sweet, and so by just pushing myself a little bit, it was a good thing for me. So try it. Even if it doesn't turn out 100% that you liked it, it's going to help you. It's going to help your brain for future cards, I'm sure it will. All right. Good morning, Janine. She says the cat image down here from the Catchulator stamp set is why she bought the stamp set. You know what? The cat image was cute. I loved all three of these images, and what I loved most, I like the little greetings like better together. I'm always here for you. Hey there. I love hanging around with you. This happy birthday, if you didn't need the from us, you can cut off. Oh, and I already did that. Haha. I took, all right, let me stick this down. See this happy birthday greeting, this one right here? You can cut it apart. So it's like happy birthday from us, and you can remove the from us on there and just stamp happy birthday. So that's kind of cool. Karen says, random strips is very hard for me, but I love the look. It's very hard for me too. And that's why it's good to do it. It's good to do it as part of a challenge, and that way you don't have to like feel like, oh, you know, I feel like it's like someone leading me rather than me coming up with it on my own. So I think that's kind of helpful. Karen says it must be my OCD. Yeah, you know what? I feel like I have a little bit of a need for control as well. So Karen says she loves the monkeys. Very cute. Good morning, Linda. Well, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you have a great week, and please join me again on Friday on my YouTube channel at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you there. On Fridays, I usually do a fancy fold card or I do a 3D project. So I hope you will join me. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.